Alright guys, hey, and welcome back to GeekFit with Will. In today's episode we're talking meal prep because I need to do it. So this is one of my go-to meals that I cook all the time. It's great to box up and take for lunch. So the first thing we're starting with is chicken breast. I've got a bunch of big chicken breasts. I've cut them into 8, all of them roughly 8-ounce pieces. The first thing you want to do is let them go ahead and get to almost room temperature, but then you're going to season them before we put them in the pan. So kosher salt is your best friend. Apply liberally. A lot of people worry about over salting, and I did too at first, but honestly you can probably use more than you think. Next up, garlic powder. You can never, ever, ever, ever have too much garlic. So the garlic powder just goes on there, and you can watch it kind of just get absorbed into the chicken. Nice, even season. Next up, get yourself one of these awesome little pepper grinders. Some fresh ground pepper goes a long way. Just a couple twists, make sure you're getting all your pieces. And then you're gonna flip them because we want to season both sides. So flip them all. Tongs help so you don't have to keep washing your hands all the time. And you're going to do the same thing on the bottom side. Again, plenty of salt. Garlic powder. I love my garlic. And then another couple good twists of some fresh ground black pepper. Boom. Now, while this is going, I've got my 2 favorite things in my kitchen. Cast iron pans. You have to get a cast iron pan. 20 bucks at Kroger or something, and you'll have the best cooking implement in your house. If you don't have a gas stove, they'll still work on electric, but these things are absolutely amazing, especially if, say, you want to cook a nice New York strip sometime. But for today, we're just doing chicken. So, these guys are almost there. So we're going to cut it real quick. Let these get up to heat, and we'll be back in a flash. Okay guys, we're back. When I said heat earlier, what you're looking for is you want to see some smoke coming off this pan. I hit these guys with about a tablespoon of olive oil. And I don't know if you're going to see that on the camera, but they're now just smoking. While I was heating up these pans, I got the oven preheated to 375. What we're going to do is we're going to sear the chicken in the cast iron on the stove and then transfer them to the oven to finish them off, make sure they get cooked all the way through. With chicken, you want to make sure this cooks all the way through. And you hear that sound? That is what you want to hear when you lay these guys in there. You want to hear them sizzle. That is a beautiful, beautiful sound. Array them all nice and neat. We got 4 in that pan. And then 4 in this pan. Boom. You don't want to play with them too much. You want to let them get that nice golden brown color on both sides. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let them sit for about 3 to 5 minutes, and then I'll flip them, let them sit some more, and then they'll go into the oven. Alright, so as I said, 3 to 5 minutes. A great way to time that is to go ahead and get my vegetables going. Now what I've got for vegetables are in the freezer here. And these things, I swear by them. You can steam them right in the bag. They're microwavable. You throw them in there in the bag for 5 minutes and it's absolutely glorious. There's literally nothing in here as far as like preservatives or anything. No sodium's been added. They're just frozen broccoli, cauliflower, and carrots. Your 3 best veggies to go with any meal. Super healthy, super easy. And if you put these in here, set them for 5 minutes, you've got a good timer for your chicken. So we're going to let that go. And the cool thing about meal prep is you don't have to worry so much about timing. When you're making a dinner, timing is everything because you want to make sure everything comes out at the same time so it all stays hot. But this is meal prep. I'm not eating this till tomorrow. So I can cook my veggies, throw them in a bowl, and just let them sit. And it doesn't matter if they get cold or not, which I think is awesome. So we've got our timer going for the veggies. Chicken's been on for about a minute now. Give me just a few and I will be back in a flash. Alright guys, I am back and it's actually been a little bit more than 5 minutes, so I think with chicken breasts this big, it's safe to say probably closer to 6 or 7 minutes. Just start checking on them at 5. So now here's the flipperoo, and we're just going to flip each piece, and that's right there, and that's what you're looking for. That nice golden brown on each side. A little bit of char is not going to hurt you. In fact, it'll add some flavor. That one, a couple cold spots on the pan, but it'll be okay. It'll finish in the oven. So if we go over here, another really beautiful piece. Another piece that's okay. Yeah. Looking lovely. So I've got the other bag of veggies in the microwave. We're going to go ahead and get those cooking. The first bag came out. It's just chilling in the bowl there, waiting to be dished up. But let's get this side of the chicken done, and then we'll throw them in the oven, and then we're on to the rice. So back in a flash. Alright guys, I'm back. It is now time to throw the chicken into the oven. Both sides have a nice brown color to them, which means they've got a good sear. And now we just need to finish them off. So in they go. Another wonderful, amazing thing about cast iron. There's no rubber or anything, so you can take them off the range, throw them right in the oven, and blammo. Don't forget to turn your range off so as not to burn down your whole house. Now, moving on to the rice. I have some basmati rice. You can find that in any grocery store. It should be relatively cheap unless you go for like the jasmine infused crazy stuff. But it's super easy to cook, especially if you've got yourself a nice deep pan that's also non-stick. That'll save you a lot of heartache later. And there's my lid. So all we're going to do is we're going to bring this water up to a boil. Now, quick little trick that's going to help make your rice that much better. About a tablespoon of olive oil into the water. Whoop. Tablespoon. And again, our good friend, the kosher salt. Just a nice little dash. Boom. We're going to put the lid on that and we're going to let that come to a boil. So, while we're waiting on that, I'll be back in a flash. Okay guys, we're back through the magic of video editing. This water is now boiling. God, if only real life worked like that. So with the rice, the way it works is 1 cup of the dried rice to 1 3/4 cups of water. That'll get you 4 servings. I want 8. So 2 cups rice, 3.5 cups water. Water's boiling. At this point, all we do is we pour in our rice, give it a quick stir, make sure all that salt, oil, and everything, you know, they all get to know each other here in the pot. And then what we're going to do, once that's nice and stirred up, is we're going to reduce the heat to low. How low can you go? There we go, all the way down to low. We're going to cover it back up and just let it sit and simmer for 17 minutes. So I've got a timer on the microwave. Now's the time when you can go sit down, I don't know, play some Minecraft and wait for your rice to get done. All the while, your chicken is finishing in the oven. It's very, very important to finish that chicken. You do not want salmonella. That's going to ruin all of your workout plans for a long, long time. You'll get real thin, but not the way you want to. So, 375, they've been in the oven now for probably 7 or 8 minutes. Put another 17 on top of that, combined with the fact that we were cooking it on the range. They should be done around the same time the rice is done. So, it's going to be another 16 minutes for me, but for you it'll be nothing, so back in a flash. Alright guys, so we are back. That 17 minutes went by like that. So we're just going to check on our rice here. Nice and fluffy and gorgeous. Give it a quick little stir, just make sure. Yeah. And you see this non-stick pan? Absolutely beautiful. Nothing sticking to the pan. This is nice and fluffy and awesome. Now, this rice, you need to let it sit covered for 5 minutes before you dish it up. So all we're going to do is we're going to transfer this from the stove over to the counter, cover it up, bada bing. Rice is done. So now we can check on our chicken. Hot pads. They're important. So here we go. Got our chicken, and what I want to do is I want to grab the fattest of these pieces of chicken to check and make sure that it's cooked all the way through. Again, salmonella, not your friend. So we're just going to cut this down, and yeah, look at that. That is what you want to see. Nice and white and cooked all the way through. And because we seared it earlier, it's going to be beautifully juicy when we go to eat it tomorrow. So, that's everything cooked. Our next step is just to portion it up into some handy Tupperware and throw it in the fridge for lunch tomorrow. So, we're going to cut here, and yeah, we'll be back in a flash. Alright guys, we are set. I've got everything all plated up and ready to go. These guys are super handy. I wish I had more of them. There's a company called Fit Packer. You can find them on Amazon. You can get 20 of these guys for like 20 bucks. The problem is they're a little brittle, so they break sometimes, and that's why I'm down to 5. So we've got some oddballs over here. But this is it. And the glorious thing about each of these lunches is that each one of these is about 600 calories. Gonna go ahead and plug MyFitnessPal. It's an app you can get for any smartphone. Even if you don't have a smartphone, you just have a computer, you can get on MyFitnessPal on the computer and you can track all your meals. The beautiful thing about this is it's high in protein. You've got good carbs and good fats, and the spread is fantastic. Whether your goal is to lose weight or build muscle, this is a near perfect lunch. And it's ready to go. When I get to work tomorrow, I just got to throw one of these guys in the microwave and I'm good. Now, one last thing. I shop at Aldi's. Aldi's is amazing. I don't care what anybody says. These guys, they're just some marinades and sauces. The teriyaki adds about 25 calories to your meal and a little bit more fat, but it's not enough to really hurt you. and it just finishes it off with a nice kick. So in the morning before going to work, pour a tablespoon on the chicken, box it up, and get going. I'm gonna plug Aldi one more time because all this chicken, $10. All this rice ended up being like $1. All the veggies, $2. So I've got 8 meals for, quick math is horrible. Never do math on camera. 8 meals for something like $15. And it's amazing. So that's it for meal prep. I'm excited and getting hungry, so I'm going to go clean up the kitchen and work on my dinner. But I just want to say thank you so much for watching. I've been Will. This has been GeekFit with Will on a meal prep day. So yeah, be excellent to each other, and we'll see you in the next episode. Bye.